Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I do not like about luxury. And I was tagged by the gorgeous Tanya from Bits and Bags. She's a gorgeous friend of mine. Hi Tanya, thank you so much for tagging me. I've linked her YouTube channel down below. She's got a YouTube channel and I would love it if you would go over there, share with her some love and support and subscribe to her channel. Let's help her reach 1K. So it's going to be sort of like a chit chatty sort of video. I'm just going to give you my opinions and thoughts on why I do not like luxury. I've done a brainstorm of the 5 things that came to mind. Grab yourself a drink or snack. It's just going to be sort of like a chit chatty sort of video. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right in. I'm having a glass of wine. Cheers! The first thing that I do not like about luxury is the price increases. Not just the price increases, the constant price increases. Louis Vuitton has about 2 to 3 price increases per year. Chanel has about 2 a year, which is ridiculous. It just keeps going up and up and up. So when is the best time to buy luxury? If you're buying it now, in 2 months time, you can save yourself $300, $400. There was a bag that I was looking at from Louis Vuitton, which was the Lock Me Ever BB bag. That one jumped in price by $500 overnight. My heart was broken. The second thing that I do not like about luxury is it has to be the quality. The quality is definitely not like it used to be due to supply and demand. Nowadays, a lot of people are spending their money on luxury and it's a lot more accessible nowadays than it was back 15-20 years ago. There's a lot of demand, not much supply, so they're rushed to make the items. So that's why sometimes I love buying pre-loved for vintage items, especially like vintage Chanel. Vintage Chanel lambskin, for example, like Chanel caviar nowadays, depends on the season, but some is shiny. Some is so shiny and thin that it almost looks like plastic. It looks quite cheap in my opinion. Caviar is definitely not like it used to be. The grain is different. So the materials is definitely not like it used to be. So bags that you would purchase around this like 2020 will not last as long as bags when you purchased back in, let's say, 1990 or 2000. So the third thing that I do not like about luxury will have to be the service. Sometimes it depends on the day. We've all had this before. Chanel service can be quite passive aggressive. Sometimes you come across a sales associate that has been at Chanel for a very long time. You know, when you walk into a boutique, they look at you up and down and they don't even say hello. They come up to you
6 hours later.
Oh, hi, how are you going? And then when you ask for something, they snap just like that. Then they turn vicious and they bring their claws out. And that's happened to me. I purchased a Chanel mini flap from the Chanel Flinders Lane boutique. When I made that purchase, the sales associate was so lovely and sweet and kind. And then when I brought out my credit card to pay, and she was just about to grab it, I said, because the chain strap is quite long, would you have one of those chain clips, you know, to shorten it? And the first thing that she said was, no. And I was just like, I couldn't believe that she just said right off the bat, no, in like a stern, like, no, that is so rude. You know, the bag wasn't cheap, it was like $4,000 something. It's not like I'm not buying anything and like I'm walking to the boutique and asking for that. Yeah, then I can understand, but I'm making a purchase from you. You're probably getting some sort of commission. And when I get that sort of like vibe when I'm making a purchase, it makes me not want the item. When I purchased that mini Chanel flap, I kept it for maybe 2 months and then I sold it off. When it comes to retail, when it comes to customer service, a big no-no is definitely do not say no to the customer. What she should have said and could have said is definitely, okay, yeah, I'll have a look at the back and I'll see if we have something. If we don't, then I'll let you know. Even though she knows that maybe she doesn't have any left at the back, but she could just say it in a more polite, more humane way, if you will. And that's why choosing a sales associate or a client advisor is so important, because you need to vibe with them, you need to have a good experience, you need to feel happy to purchase that product because that vibe is connected to the item that you're purchasing. So choosing a sales associate is very important. The fourth thing that I do not like about luxury would have to be the price, and that ties in with number 1, 2 and 3. When you're purchasing something for a premium and a luxury price, just the whole experience needs to be magical. I can understand the price point because it's an original design using a lot more quality materials, using highly skilled artisans. However, the price needs to reflect that along with the service. It needs to come hand in hand. That's why we're purchasing luxury, because we want the experience, we want the whole magic of it. The packaging, the service, the champagne. I remember the very first time that I went into an Hermes boutique, I purchased 2 Twillies. I think it was 2 or 3 Twillies from one sales associate. He sort of looked me up and down. He was quite up himself. When he was tying the Twilly, it's like he didn't want to even touch my Birkin, and I'm like, I still purchased from him anyway, but from now on I realize that I need to vibe with this sales associate. Why would I let someone who's touching my bag when they've got that attitude? So attitude is so important, you guys. So definitely number 4 would definitely have to be the price. Needs to match the attitude, the service, the whole magical experience, just everything. Okay, and number 5, this one was quite hard to think about, but it's definitely one that is sort of like a pet peeve, and one that I do not like about luxury is definitely the hardware. Hardware is definitely not like it used to be. Now let's talk about Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Back in the day, vintage Louis Vuitton was made from true brass. The color doesn't change. It's golden and it lasts forever. Whereas nowadays, Louis Vuitton uses gold tone coated metal, and the coating that they use does not last. It wears very quickly. The mini pochette as an example, the chain just rubs against the D-ring, the D-ring turning silver, whereas everything else is gold. You're charging a lot of money and your price increases 2-3 times per year. Doesn't justify for the hardware. Chanel's hardware used to be gilded in 22 or 24 karat gold. The hardware can tarnish very quickly, and for the prices that they're charging, $8,000 to $9,000 to up to $10,000 for a classic flap, it's a lot of money. You can buy a really nice fine piece of jewelry for that amount of money, because I prefer gold hardware on my bags. I just find it a lot more dressier. I find it easier to match. Silver hardware, not the biggest fan of, but the color doesn't change as much as gold hardware. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know in the comment section down below, what are your 5 things that you do not like about luxury? Obviously, luxury is just an extra thing. I can definitely live without it, but it's something fun and something that I enjoy. And if you are a luxury addict like me, if you love luxury, the good, the bad, the ugly, then I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and clicking on the notification bell, so every single time I upload a video you do not miss out. Thank you all so much for watching. Please take care. Until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.